Hi everyone, Cindy here with the DMG Dream Center, and I'm just so excited to have Brandon Holder here from Water the World. And Brandon was our intern back in 2016.
I was.
And he's been really busy lately, I think changing the world. He has just such an amazing mission, and I want you to go to www.watertheworldfoundation.com and really just take the time to find out a little bit more about Brandon, what he is doing to help bring clean water to Haiti and many other places around the world. You can make a difference. Get involved. There's a trip coming up in May. He can use your support, really bringing clean water to the country of Haiti. So visit the website, and we hope to see you soon. Welcome to the DMG Dream Center. Thank you for taking the time to just sit down with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad we finally got a time to link up after 2 years.
Yes, it's been about 2 years since we've been trying to arrange this, and I just really want everybody to know about Water the World. I really feel like your organization is an organization that everyone needs to know about because it is making such a big impact globally right now. So can you just share a little bit about your mission and your vision when it comes to Water the World? I even wanted to talk about how it all came together, because the one thing that everybody doesn't know is that, this happened while you were interning.
Absolutely.
Like, this vision that you got. And so it was just so amazing to see the growth and the opportunities that happened after you got that vision. So can you share a little bit about the background of Water the World and how it came to be?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, we started in July of, I think it was 2015 when I was interning for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So one morning I actually woke up with the verse Isaiah 12:3 on my mind, and that's not necessarily your John 3:16 that everyone kind of knows. So I actually Googled it at work. I actually Googled the verse, and it has said, "With joy you will draw up waters from the wells of salvation." And this is after junior year of college. I took a mission trip to Haiti in spring on like my spring break, and I saw the need for clean water, but I didn't really know how I wanted to jump in and kind of help. And so when I had that that dream and everything, I knew I had to push that vision forward and kind of take it to where it needed to go. So started planning with you guys, you and Melissa. You saw my first logo.
I remember that.
You saw the first logo, so started planning with you guys, and it really kind of took off. And so now we're in 7 countries, impacting a little over 1 million people with clean water. So it's grown a lot, and our mission is, we just bring clean water to villages in developing nations that don't have access to that clean water normally. And then, because we are, founded on Isaiah 12:3, we do, go spread the light of Christ with other people in developing nations when we're there.
I love it. So this really started to transpire out of that moment. I think it was in 2015 when you went to Haiti during spring break.
Yep.
Because it was immediately after that you started interning with us.
Yep.
And I remember how on fire you were. It changed your life. And if you don't mind just for a moment talking about that, because I feel like everyone in some way, shape, or form should either support missions or take a mission trip yourself, because I know it changed my life in such a big way to see the needs that were happening around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. That was my first international mission trip that I had been on. My sister had been to Malawi previously, and she told me that, if you get the opportunity, definitely take it. And I was pretty apprehensive going into it just because you know what you're really getting into. But yeah, it definitely changed, my life, completely. So the big spark moment, I think, was we went out to a really remote village, and we were there with a group that was also teaching hygiene, and we had washed their hands before we fed them lunch. And I turned around and I saw 4 or 5 kids that were probably 6 years old, drinking the dirty, soapy water that the hands had been washed with. And I think that was really kind of the catalyst and the turning point where I said, I really want to be involved in the solution. And then, in July is when I had the vision and we kind of started.
That is amazing. And I think that, just having that moment and that realization to say, there's a need
right
here. And then knowing I can do something about it. So I think we went a little too forward because I feel like you have to tell the story about how you came up with the filtration system. And, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So once I kind of had this vision of what we wanted to do, I talked to my parents and they were extremely supportive. And so we wanted to figure out a way to filter water using, some solar power, things like that. And then also make, a large amount of water portable at the same time because, there are people that are walking 5 or 6 miles a day to get clean water. So we wanted an efficient transport system. So, we were starting with barrels and hand trucks. Then we moved to barrels and garden carts. And so we went through probably like 10 or 15 different prototypes until we found one that kind of worked well on all facets.
Okay.
And so that's the one that kind of caught people's eye, and that's the one where we really started, getting donations to send some, out to Uganda and Haiti and Honduras. And so that's kind of, where it really started, was just on the back porch,
there it is.
Hardware store parts, just putting it together in Clayton, North Carolina.
That's right. I love that.
Yep.
And I love that story because it's like that, you had that epiphany, when you went to Haiti, and then you got that dream and that desire that God put on your heart, and then you immediately put it into action right there in your own backyard. And I just think that's so powerful to people that, if you have a dream, there's a reason why that's been put inside of you. So
100%.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to, what steps of faith, really? Because that was a step of faith.
Oh, absolutely.
Because at that time, you were full-time in college.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about some of the opportunities that happened and that transpired out of starting that first filtration system.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the first one, and High Point University, where I went to college, really kind of gave us a lot of traction on that. We spoke with the president of the university and just kind of how can we expand it. So he started kind of, speaking on that at his speaking engagements. And that would just get, parents involved who, had a business that wanted to support and things like that. So that really put us on a main stage to get that support. And so then when the hurricane hit in 2015 in Haiti, High Point actually funded 12 of those systems to go down and filter water. And it's always really cool to see the kickback because a couple months after we sent it down, we got a video back. It was at a school filtering water for all the kids at the school who had been devastated by the hurricane. So, just seeing that is really inspiring, and that kind of pushes us forward. But I got to be on a couple news stations and got to do some interviews there, and that actually did raise awareness within the community. And then I was given the opportunity to give a TED Talk. I gave a TED Talk in Greensboro, and so that really also did put me on a big platform for people to see Water the World and see the passion and what our vision was.
That's right. And the one thing that I think sometimes, if you've kind of stayed in the United States, but there's national disasters that happen in other countries. It's
Absolutely.
So different, the impact that it makes on that country versus here in the United States because of all the resources we have.
Absolutely.
Whereas when something happens there, the lack of resources takes an already dire situation and makes it so much worse. So the things that we may take for granted, like clean water or having access to some type of food or support in that way, in other countries, we're not seeing that. And I got to see that firsthand when I was in South Africa.
Right.
And, people literally, like you said, walking miles just to get to clean water, whatever it takes.
Right. Yeah.
So I want you to know how proud I am of you. Everything that you're doing, we're following you, and I'm just so excited to see how God is using you in this amazingly powerful way.
I appreciate that. And to be honest, I mean, we wouldn't be where we're at because we wouldn't have the Kickstart if it wouldn't been for you and Melissa and, DMG helping us out. So, we want to offer from Water the World, how thankful we are for that.
Yeah. I think it's, we meet people all the time.
Right.
And, And just taking a moment to hearing somebody's story or hearing what their vision is or dream is, you never know if you are walking into that person's path to be a part of a launch or just to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. So always being open to opportunities,
right,
and also ready is so important.
absolutely.
And I feel like, Water the World came at the perfect moment. I truly believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that people have been praying for you to come. Have you witnessed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Have people said that to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I really do. That you are meeting a need on such a high level that people are crying out for you to come there and to help them.
Absolutely.
And you're doing just that, because now you said you guys are now impacting approximately
A little over 1 million people with all of our aid out.
But 1 million people. That is a lot of people.
Yes,
Right
ma'am.
from the idea to the desire to creating this in your backyard, right?
Right.
To now impacting. Let's see. So 2015, we're now barely into 2019.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's only 3.5 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's taken off, and it's definitely because of the support that we've got from the community.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of helped us every step of the way. So that's a big part of it for us is in
too.
community engagement.
Yeah. At the DMG Dream Center, we really do believe in the power of giving back. So no matter where you love to give, find something and stay connected to it, because it really does make a difference. It really does make an impact. And doing missions for a while and looking into the eyes of the children, the men and the women, the appreciation is something that you leave a piece of your heart.
Every time. Every time.
You leave a piece of your heart. And it's so hard to explain if you've never have ever stepped into that. But you truly do leave a piece of your heart. And it's just so powerful and so impactful. But at the same time, I really want people to know that just as you're able to step into those environments and help people, the people that are watching that can make a donation are helping just the same.
Absolutely.
Just the same.
Absolutely.
Every dollar counts.
Yes, ma'am. And 100% of our our donations go directly back into providing clean water. So it's a 100% return rate.
Yeah, and that there's nothing better than that. That's what I think. There's nothing better than that. We just want to make sure that everybody knows that there is this option.
Yes, ma'am.
It's amazing how you can literally provide aid for people globally, but you also have the potential to do it right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Nationally in your own backyard,
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for coming to the
Thanks for
DMG
having
Dream
us.
Center, and just taking the time to share about Water the World and what you guys are doing. I just truly believe the best is yet to come.
Yes,
for you
ma'am.
and your organization.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.